Good morning. Good morning from Tiggywinkles Visitor Centre. Today I thought I'd, before the doors open, at 10 o'clock, I think it's 10 a.m. the doors open, I thought I'd have a little wander around a part of the visitor centre to show you some of our permanent patients. Also some freeloaders who've flown in and live here, because especially like on the pond, on the lake behind me, there's lots of geese and ducks and stuff, and only half of them are supposed to be here. Because somebody will fly over and see a little female duck or a male duck and think, hello, you're gorgeous, and fly in and join. But anyway, the visitor centre is where the humans are penned in on a pathway, and they get to see the tiny percentage of animals that we're unable to release. It's tiny, tiny, tiny percentage. Birds or animals that have come into us, perhaps they've been tamed down, sadly. People with the best will in the world will take in an injured animal and talk to it and befriend it, and then it won't survive in the wild. So occasionally we get those. We get things like blind hedgehogs who can live out perfectly happy lives and still breed, but we have gardens for them. And around here this morning you'll see some of our brain damaged foxes, hopefully, if they're out. Some badgers. That noisy thing, if you can hear in the background, is we've got some ravens. Hang on, let's have a little look. Oh, I can do it, turn it around this way, can't I? Hello, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Raven. How are you? Ravens are really interesting. They're fantastic. They're becoming more common now in Britain. There's also one in the corner there, sitting on a nest. I don't know if you can see that, but ravens are becoming more common in Britain. Brilliant. They're lovely, fantastic, very, very intelligent creatures. So much so, these two, who are both ladies, but nevertheless have built a nest, these two, we have to hide their food to give them stimulus. Good Lord, there's something just flying in there. That's awesome. Is that a buzzard? I don't know. Wow. Anyway, so we have to hide their food around and give them lots of things to keep them stimulated and entertained. Lots of dangly things to hang from and peck at. They're fab. Absolutely gorgeous. These two have been with us a while. They're normally found in rocky mountain sites around England. But these two ended up here. Where did you go? Rosie and Roxy. Listen, Rosie and Roxy, I really appreciate you building your fabulous nest. Why don't you come over here and say hello? The beauty of the visitor centre is the only area that we're allowed to talk to the patients. So for us people, that's really, really nice. Anyway, so wandering down, throughout the hospital and throughout the visitor centre, there are interpretation boards so that people and children and people of all abilities can come here and learn about what we do. The important thing is that none of our patients inside the hospital are disturbed. So, hello, there's a little goosey goose. How you doing? Good morning. So there are little hides around where you can see some of our patients from a distance. Let's have a look and see what we've got out here. Well, that's the beauty of it, you see. You can come here and not see anything. No, I'm joking. There's a lot of the animals, if they don't want to be seen, or if they're feeling a bit blue, they'll hide away from the public, which is exactly what we're happy for them to do. Now, out there are some fields. These are the deer paddocks. Oh, look. Here we go. Oh, look at these guys. Hello, good morning. Well, I'm going to take a little bit of a sunbathe today while the wife is inside the kennel. These two are brain-damaged foxes. We build for them because they live forever. Oh, look at this. They live forever here. Hello, good morning. And then if you look at this one over here. Oh, I hope I've still got signal. Yeah, I'm just going to sleep on my roof. All right? Are you fine with that? There you go. Yep. So this morning I am mainly sleeping on the roof. Out here I think there are four actually. Four lovely, gorgeous foxes. Oh, beautiful. You're beautiful. You're beautiful and you don't have a tail. I think that's the one they call Stumpy. Hello, Stumpy. Again, all four of them came in road traffic accidents and brain damage, which means they wouldn't survive in the wild. But we build them huge, lovely gardens where they can live out their lives naturally and happily, even without us visitors coming through and disturbing them, because we're kept behind some... Oh, look, there's a heron over there. We're kept behind glass panels and woodwork. Hello, heron. And oh, look, there's a heron on a nest. Look at the size of that nest. I'm being told to clear off by a herring gull, by the sounds of it. If I zoom in there, can you see? I'm sorry, it's a shaky, but there's a heron. There's a yellow sticky out beak on the top. And that is a whopping great big nest. Huge. A lot of freeloaders here. A lot of gulls have flown in because obviously our guys get fed really well. Hey up, Roxy's back. And there's the one that was telling me off. He's a herring gull. But on here you'll see lesser blackbacks. You'll see there's some cormorants. Oh, sorry, moorhens, coots. And it was a curly cur. Some ducks. And what's up, Roxy? Are you making a... Yeah, you tell them. Wow, listen to the noise. I think it's getting near feeding time. So yeah, there we go. In here is an education centre where people come and have courses and learn about... it's noisy. Learn about what we do. Over here is a badger viewing area. We've got man-made badger sets here for the families of badgers to live at. And they tend to dig their own, but you can see in here where they have lots of fun and pipe work and stuff to climb through. And that wooden building in the back there is actually one-way glass, so you can go in there quietly and you can see occasionally some bedding in there where they're nesting or where they're sleeping, so you can see them again without disturbing them. Unexpected live stream. All right, so what do we have down here? Kids play area. Yes, everybody needs a kids play area. So visitors can enjoy racing around. This was so cool. Our new Vice President, Russell Brand, came over a few weeks ago, and yeah, his eldest daughter was so keen on racing around in that. She completely forgot the thousands of animals she'd seen when she'd been here, but she spent the whole time here playing, which was fun for her. What do we have in here? Okay, guys, we've got red kites. Now, let's go over here. This red kite rehab facility has got, good Lord, a gymnasium. It's the exercising area before they go back to the wild. Also, one of our permanents is in here, Phoebe, who's been here for donkey's years. She keeps the other guys quiet. There she is. Hello, Phoebes. Try and hold it steady as I can. So these red kites, which were reintroduced about 25, 30 years ago into England, they were wiped out by the farmers years ago. They're doing very, very well now. And you'll see, if you're in Buckinghamshire or Oxfordshire or Berkshire, you'll see dozens of them circling around. There are hundreds and thousands of them now spreading all over the country. There you go. How long have I got until the door? I don't know when the doors are opening. In here is the Red Kite Information Centre. Oh, look, information. We like information. And in here you'll see the history of the reintroduction of red kites when they started appearing at Tiggywinkles, because obviously when you reintroduce any species, if it gets hit by a car or shot by a farmer or anything like that, it ends up here. So there's loads of interesting stuff. A load of stuff about our x-rays and our treatments. And look, and there's a red kite skeleton there. Anyway, so yep, it's not behind the scenes today. It's pretty much what you guys will see. We'll only see a small part of it. There's so much more to see. There's a museum and there's all sorts of lovely interactive boards that kids can learn from and we can learn from. In here there will be permanent things like snakes and newts and frogs and toads, which I can't zoom in on because they're all hidden away well. There's a lovely plinky plonky water wheel. Nice. Let's have a look. Lapwings. Oh, we've got in here. There's the badger set viewing. You see, there's one way. I'm not even going to show you in there because you have to come and visit to see it. How exciting is that? But inside, behind those doors, are soundproof glass or perspex. I could be wrong. One-way thing so that the badgers can curl up all cuddly-wuddly and we can't disturb them. Please do not put your fingers in the mesh because these are polecats. They were nearly extinct in the 19th century and today they're recolonising England. You can see they're digging their own holes and stuff. And there's actually babies in there as well. They're doing really well. Lapwings. Peewit. There we go. Oh, you're cute. Now again, oh, sorry, this is focusing on the wrong part. Let's try from over here, shall we? There we go. Again, these guys are permanents, which is, it's great so that the general public can see some of the work we do, but it basically means they're taking up an aviary for the rest of their lives, which costs us a lot in food and water and medicine and everything else. In here's fish, frogs, toads, and here will be. That's the original Tiggies. That shed was in my back garden. There we go. Back in, there's my old bedroom. Back in the 80s, when we first started, that was it. Ta-da! And it's just being, we put a new roof on it, we've rebuilt it, and we're going to re-equip it with all our original medical facilities that most of them my dad invented, cobbled together out of parts and bits and pieces. In these gardens will be permanent hedgehogs. There are also things like tortoises, and a few other bits and pieces floating around, permanent rabbits, permanent bunnies. These are the boards where people have left us a legacy, and they've kindly, sponsored particular patients within the visitor centre. And oh yeah, there's a lovely little boy. Max James Ledger, 9-year-old, bless, loved animals, and his parents sent us a donation to keep his memory going in our visitor centre. So yeah, in there there's, well, might as well go in, shall we? There's an orthopaedic suite. There's a wishing well. Chink. I wish my 4G was better connected. There's old boards that we used to use back in the 80s. Oh, oblige. That takes me back. Gosh, that's a long time ago. In here's lots of skeletons and bits and pieces. Basically, of course, Tiggywinkles was unique in that we started looking after British wildlife and other people had no idea how to treat them or what they look like inside. So we've kept some of the skeletons of patients that have died over the years. And we use them as reference points. So vets from around the world come over here and have a look at our bones and know exactly what they're doing. And look, that was me. How old was I? 7? Doesn't say. Colin Stock, blah, 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 blah. Mother and father. There we go. Yeah. So I used to go out hunting for dinosaur bones because I had a weird childhood. And here they are. Cool, huh? Weird. So other parts you can see. Upstairs there's a huge museum which has got loads of interesting stuff, from hedgehog slot machines to hedgehog beer pumps. And here is where the general public can come in and see our baby birds being fed. So in there, let's see what we got. I can't even see what that is. I think that's a starling. There's some young robins. Oh, come on, focus. So yeah, pigeons, collar doves, and in here, the baby mammals. Hello. And basically the general public can come here and see there's some baby squirrels there, and there's actually one being fed live right now. So you'll have leverets, squirrels, hedgehogs, badgers, foxes, all sorts of things in our mammal nursery. So yeah, so there are a few things to see, but primarily 99.99% of our patients are in the main hospital. And if you turned up at Tiggywinkles, you couldn't see them, I'm afraid, because that's how we roll. We have to get everything back to the wild. That's our prime directive. As hello there, little black-headed gull, loads of black-headed gulls. So we have to get everything back to the wild. If we don't get anything back to the wild, it's terrible. So we create a garden for them here. They can live out their lives happily. That's how it works. In here, there's a little shop. Oh yes. Right. Oh, if I press the button right. So there's a shop here. With lots of little knickknacks and bits and pieces and stuff and nonsense, and ice creams. That's new, I didn't even know that was there. Yum, can't wait. And with that, here's basically the reception area, where you can see some old TV footage of us. We had some TV series on Channel 5 and ITV. Kate Gabo, bless her. There's a list of some of the patients we've got in. It says 816, and that's completely inaccurate. There's 1,200 in today, so I better change that. Some of our old rescues. And this is our reception area, where people basically come in, and we'll be checking in a patient here on the computer, and it will go through. We were opened in, we started in 78, but we had the royal opening of this hospital in November 1991. And that's a photocopier. Came into us, injured wing, repaired, no problem at all. Everything's fine and dandy. Don't laugh. So that was it for this morning. All it was a quick tour of the visitor centre. Not even sure if I had 4G, so don't know if it's going to come out. But do stay tuned. Please do like and subscribe, as we're on YouTube. Yes, we are on YouTube. Do like and subscribe, and share it as well. Get your friends involved. I'll be shooting some more videos. We'll be going out on some rescues, and it's always exciting here. There's always stuff going on. I go behind here, you see. That's the privilege of being the boss. And I'll be showing you stuff coming live from, let's have a look, operating theatre like that, where there's good morning. There's vets and nurses and a hedgehog on the table. We have a number of operating theatres, so there's plenty to see. Oh look, let's finish off in here. This is gorgeous. Hello, squidges. Hello. Yeah, squirrels are probably my favourite mammal. Hello. Oh, mustn't say anything to them. Look at me. Right, and there's some bunnies in there. More bunnies. And we'll finish with this. Nom, 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 nom. So that's one of the many species that come in here. We have badgers, foxes, you name it. It's the biggest wildlife hospital in the world. And on our busiest day, which will probably be the end of June, we'll have 1,500 animals here on one day. So stay tuned. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah, keep it Tiggywinkles. Thanks for your time.